this is Florarena and today I'm bringing you my first rant video. But I'm not going to be alone, you see? I've tried, recording this solo several times, and I was stuttering and pausing and not thinking straight at the wazoo. So today I happen to have a guest. Please enter the glorious Mondaddy, Septette. Let's just call him Mondaddy.
Yeah, call me Mondaddy. That works.
Alright. So, we're going to be ranting on a peculiar topic that's bugged me for quite a while, and I've only recently informed Mondad about, so he could catch up. This topic is going to probably send us both to hell, give us lots of threats from the peculiar fan base this is associated with, and to that, we're going to do it anyway, despite all the resulting butt hurts that are going to spawn on my page immediately after I post this, because fuck it, right?
Right, who gives a damn? This is fun.
And besides, it's the internet, and alright, let's not go over there to the weird place of YouTube. Well,
yeah,
any weirder than it's already going to get, because this topic is going to be about Animate. More specifically, the whole plethora of grounded videos and grounded series that have spawned from its user base. In these videos, I have noticed, how shall we say, a whole list of things that are wrong with them. In fact, there are 7 unique points I'd like to cover, plus a bonus 8th, which will be covered later. And these are going to be called the 7 Animate Grounded Video Deadly Sins. Yes.
How appropriately named.
Yep.
It's interesting.
Yep. So, let's get on with this dog and pony show. The first sin, a lack of character development. Suppose we have, Anon, and he does a grievous wrong, and then his parents show up, and, they ground him, send him up to his room, right?
Right.
Well, during the grievous wrong, he's, cheerful as fuck, really damn proud of himself, but as soon as his parents appear, at Godspeed, with angry looks on their faces, he panics, and then he starts bawling like a little bitch. In all these grounded videos, that's literally the only thing we see as far as development goes, and it's just sickening. Wouldn't you agree, Mondaddy?
I would think so. It doesn't seem like a good way to tackle the situation, in my opinion.
Alright. Let's jump into the next sin, because it kind of ties in with the first. Repetition / lack of plot advancement. Alright. Let's take Anon again, because he's our prime example. He does the grievous wrong, parents come, he gets grounded, sent up to his room, bawling like a little bitch. Thing is, for all the videos that I have seen, this repeats out the ass.
How so?
Put it like this. He keeps doing the things that he knows he's not supposed to do. He keeps getting grounded. Rinse and repeat, basically. The only differences maybe would be the minor offenses in which he did, like loitering or stealing, or this is considered a grievous wrong by the Animate fan community standards, making fake VHS openings. I don't know why, but that is a thing.
Huh.
But this is unrealistic because after Anon gets grounded once in real life, he knows not to do those things again unless he's feeling pretty fucking bold about it, right?
Right.
Only a bold and ignorant person, would do it. A person who doesn't learn from his mistakes. Number 2, I'm going to quote something here. The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result each and every time. That's basically all these grounded videos are. They're basically the same thing, different characters, maybe different minor offenses. That's about it. Except for a few things which will be covered later. But it's basically insanity. Produced by a whole entire fracking fan base. I shit you not.
Yeah, the way I see it, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the way I see it, it just kind of looks like a repeated set of trolling videos. They really serve no purpose other than to ignite some kind of argument or maybe conflict.
Oh, that's gonna be covered later, but the way I see it, it's basically like the Sonic fan base, only worse. You know it's bad when I'm comparing something to the Sonic fan base. With all the recolors and shit going on. It's basically the same principle. The third one, it ties in with the fourth, sub-sin, we're going to call it. The plot is overdone and cliche, and the plot of these grounded videos are unoriginal, anti-talented, and straight up boring. They're funny the very first few times, you see them, if not absurd. And then after like the fifth time, you're like, okay, why the hell am I still watching this? And trust me, if you get bored after watching something for the fifth time, even if it's made by a different person, then there is something seriously wrong with what you're watching. Or more specifically, its content, right?
Right, yeah.
It's asinine. The third deadly sin. The main character is getting grounded for stupid/absurd reasons, and they come with bonuses, which will be covered shortly. Now, how these main characters get grounded, they simply get a math question wrong, get sent to the principal's office, and get expelled immediately. Like, God forbid, how the fuck does that work? You'd have to agree with me, Mondaddy, don't you? It's what the fuck.
Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense how and why something like that would happen.
Another way a main character could get grounded is making an earthquake or a flood or tornado even. Like what the hell are they? Are they like the adepts in the Golden Sun series? My God. And I've played the 3 Golden Sun games. Anyway, but another way they could get grounded is making fake VHS openings again, or faking a sickness to skip a test or an assembly or both at school.
Right.
Often in relation to Justin Bieber or Selena Gomez or Katy Perry. And let's get into the bonuses before we get sidetracked at the ass.
Mm-hmm.
The bonuses are absurd punishments like putting diapers, or if you're European, nappies on the children, or grounding victims involved, pissing on them, puking on them, shitting on them, making them take cold showers, force feeding them until they get fat magically, and then making them exercise. That's a thing. What the hell?
I don't know. That's pretty absurd punishments.
Oh, it gets even worse. It gets even worse, Mondaddy. It's a minor. No, it's not a minor nitpick. Oftentimes, the grounding party is gonna have helpers in the form of strangers or other users that the grounding victim does not know in the internet or in real life to deal more absurd punishments, like bashing one's head on the wall 100 days, 100 times, every day, non-stop. By then, the person would just, have a hemorrhage, or he may be dead from brain damage. My God. Destroying everything in their room, which is a bit extreme, swapping rooms with their younger siblings, and making them watch baby shows they hate. Like, examples would include, but are not limited to, Dora the Explorer, SpongeBob SquarePants, even though that really doesn't count, in my opinion. Teletubbies, Sesame Street, etc., etc. This next one's a minor nitpick, the word grounded being repeated. Say it once or twice, so, you know, it's perfectly fine with me, but you say it like 5 times in a row, and then the helpers do this 5 times in a row. It's like, what the fuck? I just skipped to the end of the video just to see the main character running off crying like a little bitch. It's annoying.
That sounds annoying.
This next one's even more annoying, God forbid. Long numbers not comprehended by the human mind, making up the duration of the kid's punishment. You know, examples like 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 7 7 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 9999, etc., etc., or just basically being grounded forever.
You might as well go forever at that point. I remember grounded for almost 3 years once. That wasn't fun.
I was grounded forever once. It wasn't fun either. But yeah, humans have an average lifespan of 65 years, but the average life expectancy, my God, I'm tripping over words. It's grown to, you know, people living over 100 and whatnot.
Yeah.
But even so, how can you expect a kid to live for like 9,999 years? It's just asinine.
Yeah, I actually think, however, that is probably a moot point as far as these videos are concerned. Because if you think about it, they really are being made to just scream at the community, you know? It's almost as if the Go Animate community is having a contest with each other to see who can make the best grounding, you know?
Yeah, but they're not gonna get very far in it, considering it's all repetition at the ass, which we've already covered.
Right, that is correct.
This next sin we're going to be covering, a grounded series begins/ends in main character going through getting in the following: getting sent to prison and then being executed, with the parents celebrating the funeral. So that's not bad enough. The parents, you know, visit the condemned the night before they are to be executed and tell them that they hope they suffer, they burn it out, and that they're grounded one last time with an asinine number, and then leave. What kind of parent does that?
Well, nah, I guess I won't get into it. But yeah, that's pretty freaking ridiculous if you ask me.
Oh, it's gonna get even more ridiculous. The next bit of this sin is the grounded series ending in suicide. Either that of the condemned in question, or of the parents. Now, usually, when the parents commit suicide, it's because of this next bit, which is the kids running away and never looking back. You know, they wanted to ground their kids for dumb reasons. I watched one video where the parents outright said this, and then they killed themselves.
Why? Really?
Yeah, I don't get it. This next one, you know, the kid gets sent to a mental ward, you know, because of all the things he does. It's I don't know either. I'm not thinking straight. But this next one is more of a beginning one. The kid gets in dead meat, which is where the kid gets sent to the principal's office and gets expelled forever from the school. Or the kid getting held back, which is basically teachers send you back to previous grades you've been in. Like, say you've been in...
Yeah, that doesn't sound... Yep.
It ties in with the unrealisticness of earlier, because from what I've heard, you had to have papers and shit, you know, if your kid really does need to go back a grade, for whatever reason, they need to go back a grade and relearn the stuff in that grade, because they cannot progress without it, then, exactly. The fifth deadly sin, this was held largely in part by the plethora of helpers mentioned earlier that help deal in the punishments of the grounding victim.
Oh, I see. So basically, another character or every other character.
Basically, yes, but this one is the holier than thou bullshit / everyone somehow being better than the main character. Not only is this untrue, but the characters who, you know, deliver this bullshit in a typical grounding series, you know,
right,
they think that it gives them a martyr's excuse to do horrible things that are equally as bad, if not worse, than the things the main character did. Like, say, let's say a kid named Harrison Forshoe, we'll call him Harry, a 12-year-old kid who likes porn and violence.
Alright,
let's say he goes out and and he steals a few porn games, right?
Right.
Well, then Daddy shows up after he's played all of them, you know, and then summons the helpers. And the helpers, you know, they shit on him, they beat him up until he's blue in the face. They piss on him, they put him in diapers, they demolished everything that he owns. It's how the fuck?
Ridiculous.
Yes, how the fuck does that make the helpers, and in some cases the parent, better than the main character?
In all rights, it doesn't. Like
yeah.
we discussed earlier, it's just a bunch of punishments latched onto the character for no apparent good reason.
Yeah, other than the reason already established in the videos themselves. The sixth deadly sin would be that the punishments are ineffective. Let's say a kid named Warren Cook, makes a few VHS openings of Disney movies like Mulan, The Incredibles, Fantasia, the movie. Let's say he makes those, Daddy comes home, grounds him. Maybe has some helpers, ground him as well. And then what happens next? Warren goes out, does the same thing, or does something else Disney-related, like goes to Disneyland when he's not supposed to, gets on a cruise, revolving around Disney, gets a Disney-themed pizza snack.
Right.
And it just happens again and again and again until either he's executed, he commits suicide, he runs away from home and never looks back, or is sent to a mental ward.
Interesting. Exactly.
The seventh deadly sin, which is going to tie in with the bonus sin, would be real-world issues regarding these videos and the users who make them. This is where most of the flack is going to come in. You see, these videos constitute as a form of cyberbullying if you direct them at another user you don't like.
Right.
And oftentimes, the victimized of the videos will make videos back at the offenders, and it just repeats. It's a vicious cycle of an eye for an eye in the world, and the world goes blind kind of issue.
So basically, you don't think these videos should be made to get back at these people, or to incite conflict between other users?
Well, imaginary conflict, yes, but still, conflict. And yet, it's happening, like, at the ass, left, right, fucking sideways. I don't get it. And not only that, but the arguments of all these people who have made grounded videos is literally, this thing sucks. You know who hates it? Quote unquote good users. You know who likes it? Quote unquote bad users. They don't provide any backup or evidence for their argument. It's just literally that, which only further instills this bullshit. And I dare say it's as bad as, if not worse than, the love and tolerate portion of the My Little Pony fan base, which me and Mondaddy are a part of. Not part of that particular portion, but we're part of the My Little Pony fan base. And it sickens us that we see the love and tolerate people and these Go Animate users say, no, you have to love and tolerate my hate of so-and-so. Or, you have to like what I like, otherwise you're a bad user. And it's just, ugh, facepalm worthy.
Yeah, it really chaps my hide when something like that goes around.
And these people, they cannot tolerate the opinions of others, which is another reason we're going to get flack for this. And it just saddens me that,
like you said,
that they're yeah, it just saddens me, really. It's all petty. And it's asinine. Why don't they stop doing this? Oh wait, we're dealing with a whole frickin' fan base here.
Well, the same reason people don't stop doing a lot of things is because while it may be stupid and asinine, retarded, and just plain non-talented, there are still plenty of people out there who find enjoyment in it. And sad to say, it's something that they like to watch. Maybe not for pure entertainment, but for a small emotion of like what we talked about earlier, the holier than thou feeling that one gets. I can see how somebody would like to enter one of these videos and just completely downplay whoever they're talking about, especially if they're one of those grounded videos that targets a specific YouTube user or a specific fan base.
Yeah, it's just insane.
But what are you gonna do,
Oh, and those who are going to flag our video for, copyright infringement because it hurts your feelings. Piss off! Because A, this is a rant, you can't copyright it, and B, the copyright that's in it, you don't even own, and it's under fair use.
Right, well, I think I'll let you deal with that because you'll be the one posting the video, so make sure you put all that information right up front so that they can't flag us.
Alright. Thank you, Mondaddy, for joining me, and and I'm going to thank the user Grenade for making a rant, which inspired us to make this rant. He briefly ranted on about this topic in his own video, which we have greatly expanded upon, I feel.
I'd like to thank the user Grenade as well. It's funny, I didn't know anything about these videos or this fan base until just recently. Now that I've seen, who they are and what this actually is, I might be a little curious and dive into it without so much as being completely overtaken with it.
Yes, but after seeing these grounded videos time and time again, to the point where for me it's almost a guilty pleasure, I'm sad to say, it's just been bugging me, and I felt I needed to get this off my chest. It's insane. Like what the hell?
Yeah, I get you. I get like that sometimes. So.
Alright, this is Florarena Satellite and Mondaddy signing out. Bye.
Bye.